Hey guys, welcome back to another Donoron podcast. We are on episode 3
Yes,
of Disco Elysium, and we're really excited to jump into it with you guys. I am Bo.
And I am Don.
And before we go any further, I do want to thank our sponsor, Ashley Luann K on Instagram. Links to her Instagram are, again, found in the description of this video, down here, up there. I don't know where they are. But honestly, guys, Ashley Luann K on Instagram. It's a great resource. My wife, who's been a nurse for 5 years, has actually found stuff that she could use from it. Education, lifestyle, occupational, just sort of everything that goes into being a nurse. So we do strongly encourage you to check her out if you have any questions about that profession or even any curiosities. I think I just told Kim bye.
Yeah, you kept him up until 2 a.m. And okay, so he's got a body in the back of his car right now, but he's just dog tired. You wrapped up your day. Let's just go ahead and do a recap right quick.
Okay.
Previously on the investigation, communism killed me in the coffee. I knew I could count on it.
But KM in the coffee.
But horrific necktie. I've got a feeling it was love that did him in.
I feel like telling Kim about the social ramifications of Tom and Jerry.
Okay, but yeah. Kim said no when you asked him if you could learn about the pail.
No, worse than that. He didn't even give me that much agency.
No.
He just flat out told Joyce to shut up about it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to know about that. The gameplay mechanic to get around that is to go when he's not watching.
So I'm going to grab a bath.
Yeah, you're going to get in a bath. You get in a bath. There's a bunch of beer cans that float up to the top with you like little rubber duckies. Do you want to leave them in or you just want to take them out?
I didn't draw fresh water for the bath?
You did. You just didn't take the beer cans out before you turn it on.
Oh, man. Whatever at this point. I got to go see Joyce.
Okay, you dunk in with the beer cans, and then it actually kind of helps cover up the dead man smell. You feel a little bit fresher, about as fresh as you have been the last few days, probably.
Still sunken eyes, rosy cheeks.
That damage is healing, but it's going to be a long-term project.
Still have the expression.
Yeah. You walk down the lobby.
Do you have a fresh set of clothes?
No. These are the only clothes you have.
Okay.
You're just going to have to air them out, and you're going to do that right now.
I still don't have my gun or my badge.
You don't have your gun or your badge. You're going to have to find those, man. You go through the whirling of rags. It's completely deserted. It's really eerie. Like there's just bare lighting, so you can walk around. You walk out the front door, and the cold air hits you, and it's actually kind of invigorating.
I've experienced that a lot.
Yeah.
Staying up late.
You pass by Kim's car, and academically, you know that there is a rotting body within feet of you that talked to you somehow,
and blamed an economic model on his murder.
Yeah.
So an evil economic model.
Yeah. So you're heading towards Joyce, so you're trucking along. However, you get a quick shiver, like a preternatural sense. Your horrific necktie points out, hey, there's some wooden pallets by that crumbling wall, part of this abandoned mall district here.
Is that my electrochemistry, my necktie? No, you've said they're two separate
things.
There
are 30 different characters that's going to pipe in random points depending on how much skill I decide you have at that point.
Okay.
Anyway, the horrific necktie says, man, remember that time we had to move out and we stole all those wooden pallets for furniture?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
Inland Empire pipes up, good. Shut the hell up, necktie. He doesn't need to remember that.
No, wait, no, I'm sick of people telling me what I need to and don't need to remember. First off, don't tell him to shut up. He was trying to be cool. I just lost it. That's my fault.
Horrific necktie says, yeah, Inland Empire actually does have a point. It was fun, but it didn't help.
It doesn't matter if it helped or not. I don't know who I am.
Yeah. He's horrific necktie and Inland Empire shut up, but that shiver's still happening.
I'm going to go to the wooden plate. The
wooden. Okay, you go to the wooden pallet. It's very old. It's crumbling, and you notice that there is a snowdrift blowing underneath a hidden door.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah. I'm going to open it up.
It's like, this door, it opens up very easily. It's like this thing is warped. It's practically just begging. It was it's honestly kind of weird that it was even closed in the beginning to begin with.
This is already started to sound like I shouldn't have done this, but let's...
No, you pop on your flashlight and you see a molded, moth-eaten flag. There is a crown. There's a deer antlers and an upturned star, an upside-down star above them. Roll an encyclopedia check.
Okay, so I guess I haven't seen this flag before. Yeah. 4.
Okay, you remember seeing this. It's the flag of the Communist Party of the Commune of Revachol. The antlers represent the crown of nature. The upturned flag represents the overthrown king.
Okay, so they were like they were those techno hating commies.
No, not necessarily. It's just the natural order. The king is not the natural order.
Actually, I like that. I like that a lot.
It's the enunciation that humans are collective species, not an individualist one, not a power hierarchy one. There are no natural hierarchies.
I love that. I'm sorry I accused them of being the kind of commies I don't like.
This is why.
So,
yeah.
So this is why you're here, Don.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
can I take it?
You wrap up the flag. It's lonely.
Oh crap! Someone's gonna know they're not gonna know I took it.
A very quick glance at the room notes that there hasn't been anyone in here in decades.
Oh, it's a room. What else is down here?
It's a room. There is a moldy mattress. It's moldy because this room is leaking. There's a leak. That's snow melt. It's like it's a stone room. This is an old cellar or something. The communist flag obviously means it was being used for something else. Probably around 50 years ago, to be honest.
So it was a revolutionary room.
It's an old revolutionary.
Is there a roll I can make to find stuff?
Yes, go ahead.
8.
All right, that's good. You see that on that mattress, you see something shining off of your flashlight, something sticking out.
Sweet. What is it?
You throw off the blanket, you see an entire pile of old rifles.
Oh, that's sick! That's awesome.
They are all in very bad condition because of the mold and the dampness. But you reach through. Most of them are falling apart. But you find one that is, if not functional, pristine in form. It's the wooden stock is still very beautiful in its own way. It's more faded than cracked. It's still solid,
rustic.
Yeah, you recognize that it's a rifle from the time of the revolution. Roll for encyclopedia to see how much you remember
3.
about it. Okay, you recognize it's from the revolution. You don't know anything about it. You don't know its make or model.
Is it like a bolt action or?
It's a breech loader. It's much like the rifle you are looking for because of the ammunition, the jacketed ammunition you found.
Oh man!
Yeah. I made a mistake. The actual ammunition is 4.46, not 46.
Okay.
Like I was
That's
thinking,
a big difference.
Yeah. I like rimfire ammunition. This is a 4.46.
By the way, we're not gun guys. It's just growing up here, you have no choice but to know all this.
I like to play 46. I had fun with those.
No, I mean, we're not like gun nuts. Is what I'm trying to express.
I know.
I do like to go shooting, but every once in a while, and I don't own like 80 for no reason at all. That's what I'm trying to express.
Yeah, I know ammunition, but I get mixed up because I don't think about them all the time. So,
it's not something we think about all the time. We're not guns and ammo subscribers, but growing up here, you know these sort of things.
Yeah, you found a clue. This may not be the murder weapon, but it's a cousin. So if you find someone who might know more about this gun, maybe they can give you some more info to work with.
Kim is a stuffy old man. I'm going to get this case done by myself. I'm going to find out what the pail is. He's not going to stop me.
You also find 10 real just like off to the side.
Real.
Oh,
the
money,
currency.
the currency.
Sweet.
It's old, but it's still acceptable.
I'm going to pocket that.
Right.
Funny that money used before a revolution would still count afterwards, but man, this place is in rough shape. So
that or somebody left it there after the revolution. You don't know.
True. Anyway, I guess I'm good.
Yeah, there is a door leading farther in. You can go in if you want.
I'm already here.
Okay, you go in farther through the door and roll a perception check.
5.
Okay, your flashlight passes over a 9-foot-tall polar bear, ready to pounce. You hear a growl.
You're kidding.
What do you do?
Run!
Okay, you run, but you can't remember where the door is, and then you realize that growl is very monotonous, like a low rumbling. Also, you don't hear any feet padding after you.
I'm going to put the light back on it.
Okay, it's a fridge.
I was messed up, man.
It's a refrigerator.
I'm going to see if they have a pop inside.
Okay. You do not, but you do find a special case for a computer part.
What? In the fridge?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah, the fridge is on.
So it probably has to stay cold.
Yeah, you can just remember that it's there.
But it's cold outside. You know what? I'm just going to remember that it's there.
Yeah, it's right. You can grab it anytime you need to.
Man, I'm glad I don't want to drink now, because I was bad. Is there anything else in this room?
Let's see. There's there's a bunch of mannequins from a store. It's debris from a bunch of failed businesses.
So hang on, the only light in here is my
your flashlight. Yeah.
Oh, it's probably really creepy.
Yeah, there's power running through it to that fridge, but nothing really else.
Right.
Honestly, if you want to keep going, you can, or you could back out and go back to Joyce.
I don't think I'm going to find anything else of extreme use here.
You did find that rifle, and you know that there's something else in here.
That's what I mean. So I'm going to be coming back anyway, so I got to go see Joyce before the night gets too late.
You make your way to Joyce. She hears you on the boardwalk. She doesn't turn to face you. She's looking off on the horizon.
Do I have a coat long enough for this rifle, or is Ravachol just so bad I just sling it over my shoulder?
No one's going to mess with you. And it's also 2 a.m.
Joyce!
Welcome back, Detective.
Awesome. Hey, Kim's gone, so what's the pail, man?
Can I ask you something first?
I don't remember anything, but okay.
It's a hypothetical. If you had been born a little earlier, what would you have done when the coalition came to crush the revolution? Would you have fought to the end?
Lady, I don't even know what side I would have been on.
Then you probably would have died. Fence sitters don't last long.
How do you know I'm a fence sitter? Maybe I would have been totally on the other side. I don't know.
That's a good point. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I'm kind of in the same boat. But at the end of the day,
lady, what's the pail?
I would have burned everything rather than let the coalition have it.
Okay, hang on. Wait, let me write that down. Joyce would have burned everything. That's great information, lady. I'm really glad you gave me that. What's the pail?
It's 6,000 kilometers that way. She points across the ocean.
Okay, that would be where, and I'm glad you told me. Thank you. But what?
It's the edge of this bubble of reality we live in, this isola.
What?
We've been trying to reach orbit since the 30s. All the developed countries have been sending up weather balloons to take a picture. We wanted to map out our planet.
Is it space?
Yes. No. Sorry. Space exists. They know space exists.
We're not on a globe. We're on a...
It looks like we assume we were on a planet, like the planets we can view through telescopes, but that's not looking like the case anymore.
Is it like King Kai's planet?
It's at least 6,000 kilometers long because there's 6,000 kilometers. There is an emptiness. The pale is nothing.
So,
as reality reaches the pale, it is like a reverse landslide. The ground begins to levitate and evaporate into nothing. A mountain range that grows into the pale begins to lose its substance and fly off in different directions.
Is the pale coming in, or are we going out and failing at the pale?
The pale constitutes 75% of the existence of this planet, and it's growing.
Okay.
At an undetermined rate.
So have nations been swallowed by the pale?
Yes.
Okay, and going back to earlier, I was being rude because I just wanted to know what the pale was, but you said you would have burnt everything when the coalition came. Which, wouldn't that have just helped what they were doing?
Ravachol was supposed to be the answer to all of history's questions. There is nowhere more ethnically diverse, nowhere where wealth inequality was more pronounced. This is where communism was born. This is where the answer to all of our questions was supposed to come. And when we thought we had found it, the coalition came and stopped us.
Okay, so that has way more gravity than I thought it did.
We were supposed to find a future. So instead, history ended. We were going to solve history, and instead history ended. And now all we have to do is wait for the past to come up with us.
The past.
The past.
Oh, the past.
Yes. It is possible to pass through the pale. It's very unhealthy. In fact, the government strictly limits pale travel to 7 days per year.
7 days
civilians.
period, or
7
days each for
a
us?
year. 7 days for one person.
Okay.
Beyond that, mental instability becomes incredibly pronounced because it just doesn't make sense. That's why airships are so pronounced.
They go over the pale?
They go through it. You see, an aerostat has both propellers for helicopter travel and jets to propel itself fast. When you go through the pale, as you enter the pale, you stop encountering wind resistance and lift. You need to find yourself on a trajectory and just scoot through the nothingness and reemerge, at which point you reengage your engines.
So the pale's not a great mass overtaking things. It's kind of spider webbing over everything.
Yes.
So there's stuff on the other side of pale instances.
There are at least 7 isolas that were discovered after the coming of Dolores Day.
So the moral, what are they called? The moralists.
The moral intern.
The moral intern. Are they all in this isola?
The moral intern is a political ideology.
But there's like
the UN is constituted of several isolas.
Okay, so it's isolas.
Isolas.
Revachal's the only thing on this isola.
Revachol and thousands of other islands. Revachol is the biggest city. It's the capital city of this isola.
But it's all islands. So
yeah.
The 6,000 kilometers is all ocean until the pale.
Yes.
And then it's nothing.
Until you get to the other side of the pale, at which point reality reasserts itself for a predetermined bubble.
So it's the absence of reality.
It's the absence of reality.
Why wouldn't Kim want me to know that?
Because in 28 years, give or take, it will be everywhere, and we will be nowhere, because there's nowhere for us to go.
So the pale is growing.
Yes.
So it's 75% now. What was the world like before?
It has always been with us for as long as humanity can remember. It's always but it was for the longest time. It was believed that you could not pass through it. So it wasn't until the coming of Dolores Day that expeditions were first launched into the pale.
Dolores Day.
Dolores Day. The last innocence. An innocence is someone who comes along once every so often in history who changes everything. They are often described as more than human, with good reason. Dolores Day was simply a minor court fixture who was introduced by her husband. Her husband quickly disappears from the historical record. The queen makes Dolores Day the advisor for the kingdom. It was under her that she first advised making expeditions into the pale.
In Revachol.
Yes. No, she did not rule Revachol. Revachol was not discovered yet.
Okay.
I can't remember what kingdom it was. It was in one of the other isolas.
Okay.
5 of these expeditions were lost in the pale. A few returned, but were driven completely insane. One reported a new world, completely new world. And from that, a flurry of colonization and exploration took place. We found all the other isolas. Inter-isolary trade began. Humanity came together. The queen herself abdicated and made Dolores Day the ruler. Dolores Day formed the army of humanity, crushing all religion and enforcing secular humanism. She led 4 separate scientific revolutions, replacing knights in armor and sailing ships with the beginnings of an industrial age. As she grew older, she only grew more beautiful. Her lungs began to glow. In the end, she was killed by one of her own security detail. The only thing he said, as he was taken down, we were supposed to remember this. We were supposed to figure this out ourselves.
Why doesn't Kim want me to know all this?
Probably because it's not really relevant to the case.
But I have a life outside of the... Why do you people smile when you say that? I have a life outside of the case. Just one I don't remember.
I will admit it is possible that you have been through the Pale at least once or twice.
Is that what happened to me?
It's actually, I'm not sure. You see, when you go through the Pale, it doesn't take your memories. It puts new memories in you.
Can you get so many that you overload and it fries?
It's quite possible. I can remember the crowning of Dolores Day 400 years ago.
What?
I can remember
because
roses.
you've been in the Pale. Okay.
I can remember the roses at Franco Negro's coronation.
Don't know who that is either.
I can remember the fall of the commune.
But you were here for that. Like physically here. Oh, no, you weren't. You were a little girl.
The Pale contains memories. Not yours. Real memories. Memories of those who have come and gone.
Wait! So my memories can be out there.
Your memories are definitely out there. All memories are.
Sweet!
All human thoughts, emotions, experiences, they're out there.
So,
and if you go in, you'll take them out with you. Not necessarily your own.
Crap. And there's no way to pick.
No.
Oh, crap.
It will drive you insane if you go out there enough, though, because it's just alien. There's nothing to it. And if you go too far in the Pale, you will just evaporate and become nothing but your memories.
So the memories are the only thing that survives.
Maybe.
Well, if they're there, they survived.
Maybe. It's kind of hard to say exactly what it is. What is the Pale? Is it a place of ghosts? I don't know.
So, hey, check this out. I found this. You'll probably like it because you always go on and stuff about it. Like, boom, check this flag out.
She puts on a mysterious smile.
Why do you smile so much instead of talk?
I'm over irradiated, baby.
So
I'm not a civilian. I've been in the Pale more than 21 days every year since I started working.
So do you take this? I'm going to motion around to the ship.
Sorry? Oh, no. You generally speaking, you should not see the Pale. You lock yourself in the belly of a metal ship and hope to God the trajectory was made right.
Okay, so
I use this to get around the 6,000 kilometers of ocean and the different islands.
Makes sense. Hey,
Yeah.
Thanks. This has all been... I guess it isn't really helpful, but I do have a life outside of the case, and I feel like I have a right to know things, so thank you.
Come back when you found evidence that I can use about the drug trade, and then I think I should have something for you then.
So you have something for me now, it's just you expect payment for it. That's fine, just say that.
That's not untrue.
You already know it, just say it. Anyway.
Company policy, yeah.
Anyway, I got to go to bed.
That would probably be wise.
I'm going to go to bed.
Okay, you truck back to your bed. You climb into your little sofa bed, and it's not particularly comfortable, but you do find yourself drifting to sleep out of sheer exhaustion.
Right.
You wake up the next morning, and you go on back down to the Whirling in Rags cafeteria.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah. And you see Kim. He's looking very tired as well.
Oh, hey, what's up, jerk?
Sorry.
Yeah, the Pale? The Pale, that's important, man.
Yeah, so is climate change. I don't really think about it all the time. So I'm sorry. I drove the body into my precinct.
Is
last
climate
night.
change also a problem in this world?
Yeah, it's not as big a problem as the Pale. But
so why don't we just all kill ourselves?
Yeah, that's a suicidal ideation. I'll take you off the case if you keep doing that. Anyway, sorry. Got to sleep 2 hours ago. I have an.
What were you doing up so late?
I have a confession. I couldn't think about that body rotting in my car the whole time. So after you went to sleep, I snuck out and drove the body back to my precinct for processing. We should have toxicology later. Anyway, I also.
You gonna be okay?
No, yeah, I'm fine. I've got caffeine pills. Do you need caffeine pills?
No, I need coffee. Hey, I went and saw Joyce, man.
Okay, yeah, I gather that you talked about the Pale. Yeah, it's there. What are you gonna do? Anyway.
Okay, you know what? Whatever. Let's just work on the case.
Okay. I also ran the numbers on that guy's boots. Got a. We don't have a name. I've got Alice on it. She's gonna do some after hours work for us. Try to figure out exactly who that armor was made for, but we do know it was on the inventory for the Krynal Corporation.
Krynal, have we heard that name before?
No, it's actually a very new name. They started 1 year ago, but it's a poorly kept secret that they were down Barrow 2 years ago. And before that, they were another name. They tend to change names like most paramilitaries do after a major war crime becomes public.
Oh, so they're a mercenary company.
Yes. It's a different name, but it's the same units.
Okay. So I'm gonna
armor,
assume I bought some coffee.
Yeah, you're perking up.
Okay. So that Titus guy is supposed to be hanging out here, and he's our next lead.
Yeah, I just scoped them out. There's 7.
There's 7 Tituses.
There are 7 HARDIE boys.
Okay.
It's Titus HARDIE and the HARDIE boys.
That sounds like a band.
7. There are 7 people in that Whirling in Rags little union hall, and there is the gardener's also hanging out with them. I'm thinking that the 8th HARDIE boy, the one who was with. It doesn't look like it. I don't think she could have been the 8th person at that hanging.
The 8th person is the big boy that we're looking for, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking that before we can, they're going to be there all day. Apparently, that's their modus op. That's what they do. I'm thinking we should try to dig up some information on the drug connection so that we have leverage when it comes
So you're cool
time.
with that?
Yes, I am perfectly fine with putting off the interrogation until we are completely ready. Also,
why do you don't have to talk like that? It's
also. It would be a bit of a quote-unquote power move to look at them and nod and then walk out with them knowing full well we're going to talk later.
That's stupid. I'm just going to go.
You're just going to talk to the Titus HARDIE?
No, I mean, fine. I'll nod at him and then go. You can win.
All right.
Also, I don't need you to talk down to me all the time, Kim.
Okay.
We're partners.
Okay, detective. All
right.
So what? All right. Want to investigate the drug connection? Stands to reason.
Can I go talk to Gart and ask him if he'll please tell me if he has any idea about my gun now that we're a little cooler?
Yeah. I don't know anything about your gun. By the way, you owe me 20 real for rent tonight.
I'm going to hand him 20.
You do have.
Yes.
You have 25. You have 15 now because you found 10.
Yeah.
You have 5 left over from.
Can I just wash dishes?
He nods at your clothes and says no.
Fine. It's super fair.
Okay. Anyway, so investigating the drug connection, chances are pretty good. The truck drivers are involved. If you're going to smuggle drugs.
The Teamsters, right.
Yeah.
So let's go talk. Do we know where they hang out?
They are all most of the Teamsters have left their trucks at that traffic jam, except for a few.
So they're causing the traffic jam.
They're not causing it. The union is because of the strike. They can't get into the terminal. They have nowhere else to go, so they're just leaving their trucks where they are.
Well, I'm going to go there.
Except for a few. Okay. You see a guy in cool jeans with he's just like a really cool demeanor. His name is Tommy Laham.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. You also see the racist lorry driver.
I'm going to talk to Tommy.
Okay. Hey, man.
We just want to ask you a couple questions.
Okay, that's cool, man.
So, what were you hauling before you had to stop?
Oh, sportswear mostly.
Sportswear.
Yep, I can show you.
It sounds good.
All right, he cracks open a crate, and it's just sportswear. It's just track pants, track suits. It looks like he's the things a Russian mobster would wear. Only it's just really popular tracksuits, man.
So that's kind of what these other guys are.
Yeah, it does pique your interest, but not because you think it's related to the case. You just really like the look of these tracksuits for some reason.
Oh crap! Hey, how much?
I'm sorry, man. I can't sell out the back of my truck. I don't get paid until they're delivered.
Oh, hey, you know what? Yeah, I get it.
I'd help you if I could, but you know.
So is this kind of what all these other guys got? You know.
Well.
I mean, it's a dock. They're going to do everything.
Yeah,
right?
this is Martinez. This terminal handles 8% of the world's shipping.
The world's?
The world shipping.
As in the other isolas?
Yes.
Which everything. I know about now.
Yeah. There's even cargo ships from the People's Republic of Samara coming in here. Of course, People's Republic of Samara has some cargo we don't like to talk about, and I certainly don't deal with it.
Oh, you don't, right?
Oh, no.
Because you're a good guy.
Look, man, I'm not saying I never smoked it, but I don't haul it and I don't sell it.
That's interesting. Do you know anyone that does?
Not really. No.
Oh, I believe you.
Thank you. Look, man, there's a lot of trucks here. I'm sorry. I don't like most of the truck drivers have bolted since there's no reason to be here. I'm just guarding these track suits because it's coming out of my paycheck if they're missing.
No, that's super understandable.
Yeah.
Hey, so hey, man, thanks for your help.
Yep. No problem, man. Let me know if you need let me know if you need anything.
Okay, so most of the truck drivers are gone. So the ones that are still here, I guess we just talk to them until we find one from Samara.
Not necessarily Samara, but yeah, you just keep talking.
Okay, so do you want to split up?
You can if you want
more ground.
Or you can do good cop, bad cop to the lorry driver.
Oh,
the racist lorry driver.
Let's do that. He's racist. So actually, how's that going to work? Are you good or bad?
Kim.
I'm talking to Kim.
Kim motions you to just let him handle this, and he's going to warm him up. He's going to tee him up for you.
So I'm bad cop.
Yeah, you're going to be the good cop. Kim's going to be bad cop this time.
Okay, cool. So well, this time I've always been a good cop.
Okay. So Kim walks up. So word on the street is there are drugs coming in. You look like the kind of guy who knows things. And racist lorry driver, I'm an honorable man. I drive apples. Yeah, sure you do, man. Look, I'm sure a man who knows things like you would know about the La Puta Madre. He'd never hire you. Oh, sure, he'd never hire me. I'm not saying we're La Puta Madre peones. Look at us. We obviously don't make any extra on the side. But La Puta Madre might be interested in some drug trafficking going on the union side of things. And if we were to say that maybe if we were to put on the radio that you were protecting this person, he might not be so happy. But you wouldn't do that. And then, I don't know. We might. I don't know.
Okay, so then I come in.
Yeah.
Hey. So, what are my options here?
You can just you can give him an out. Just point us somewhere else. You can, or you can threaten, or you can get all up in his face and threaten to punch him, or you can try to just whatever you think gets him to point at something.
Hey. We know you're on the up and up, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But
I totally am.
I'm gonna. He needs to back off a little bit here because I know you're on the up and up.
I narrow my eyes, but yeah.
Okay. So listen, man. We know you're on. We know you're cool, but there's a lot of guys that aren't cool. And you know what they say? If you see something, say something.
Okay.
You're an honorable. You said you're an honorable man.
It's probably Cy Ling.
I don't know if we should trust that.
We'll be back. We'll look into this and we'll be back. He looks a little displeased at that remark. So you want to go talk to Cy Ling?
Might as well. He's probably just saying it because he hates,
Yeah.
But
so Cy Ling, he's an Asian man. He's got like a Vietnamese kind of look. He's wearing sunglasses, and he's like, "Hey, cool cops. You need shades? Come on, you need shades, right?
How much?
You know what? Look in this box. Anything speaks to you, man, I'll give you a deal."
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Does anything speak to me?
You see a visor, a green visor with frog eyes.
Oh, man.
That'll keep the sun out of your eyes, man. If you're ever in a firefight,
woohoo! I want to put them on.
Kim looks at you, and I was going to say no, but it works.
How much, man?
You know what? I usually charge 15 real, but I'll drop it down to 5.
Yeah, dude, that's a deal. That's a bet.
Your perception is now, you know what? You no longer have the sun in your eyes, which helps your headache, makes your perception higher, and you're pulling off the look.
So, hey, man, lot of nasty rumors circling around.
Is it the racist lorry driver?
Okay, yeah, man.
Yeah, you can, dude. I've got all my boxes literally open. I'm selling off the back of my truck.
We believe you.
Yeah. If tell you what, if you threaten him, dude, just go back. He's a pushover. Just tell him Tell him you search my vehicle. He'll point you in the right direction.
All right, Kim, we're going back. I'm bad cop this time.
Okay. he's chuckling at you. Carter's Guild protects me.
The guy? The guy?
Like the racist lorry driver, like Carter's Guild, man. You don't mess with the Carter's Guild.
Carter's Guild, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they.
That's a real union. Not a union. It's not left wing.
Is that union over there?
No, the Carter's Guild is Carter's Guild ain't a union, man. It's not left wing.
Okay, where are they located?
The dock workers are in the dock, the terminal.
But
The Carter's Guild is just like a fellowship of conservative truck drivers.
Oh, okay.
Loyal to the king.
Any of those around right now?
No, just me.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna slam him up against this car, against this truck.
I'm sorry.
I'm done playing around,
it's
man.
Her. It's her.
I'm done playing around.
It's red hair. I don't. Her. She has red hair. She drives the green truck down there.
I'm gonna go talk to this red-haired girl driving this green truck.
I don't know where she is. She left 3 days ago.
What?
Like right before you guys showed up. I don't know. That's all I know, man. I swear.
I'm gonna push him down.
Okay. He falls in a puddle, scampers away, tries to get his footing, falls down. He's trying not to cry. He's trying to look tough. It's not working. Kim nods in approval.
Yeah, but she left 3 days ago. What good does that do us?
Her truck's still here. She can't move it.
Oh! I'm going to run over to her truck.
All right. It's locked, but Kim motions toward the window and says he won't see anything if you don't.
Man, this game is really making it hard to do my always playing lawful good. Like, I'm going to go over and... do I have a hat?
You have a pry bar, actually.
Oh, sick. Yeah. Bam! Bam!
Subtle.
Like Barney's kid, you know?
All right. You find a map. And on this map are several obvious drop-off points and hiding places on a certain route.
Obvious enough to be evidence?
All across. Yeah, it's obvious evidence of drug trafficking.
Okay.
You also see several Playboys. Girly magazines.
Right.
With
Roshi magazines.
featuring girls.
Okay.
It is for those inclined to the feminine persuasion.
Okay, cool, man. I mean, she, that's what she's into.
Yeah.
I just worry about the drugs.
It's
so,
yeah.
like,
She's like her being a part of the homosexual underground is irrelevant to the case. Probably.
It's good flavor for the game,
Yeah.
but like I got what I needed.
Yeah. You also see a number of radio networks. On them include all the RCM frequencies. You also see another handbook, a separate handbook about ultra high strength radio frequencies. Don't really know what that's all about, but you pack it in with the evidence along with everything else.
Hey, Kim, can ultra high radio frequencies go through the pale?
Yes. In fact...
It does pertain to the case. Ha!
There is a way to force dimensions on the pale through the application of ultra high strength radio frequencies, which will allow reality to assert itself along a narrow point, usually used for telecommunications.
First off, that's super interesting because of what it implies about the pale and what we know about it. And also, this is like a huge clue, dude. And if I hadn't gone to Joyce, I would have known to come to you with this evidence.
I will be more accepting of your unorthodox ways.
Unorthodox? I'm a human being. That's all. I want to be treated like a human being.
Okay,
anyway, come on. We got our evidence. Let's go.
All right. Yeah. Now you can go talk to Joyce because you have your evidence of drug trafficking.
All right, and I'm going to do the talking. If she mentions something, I deserve to know.
He nods.
About to tell you to stay on the dock, man. I'm just cramping my style. So I get up there. I'm going to dump all that stuff out in front of Joyce. I was like, this stuff can send messages through the pale. This stuff is where drugs go. And she had Playboys, but I figured you wouldn't be into those.
Maybe. I have daughters, but I don't know. Anyway, well done, detective. And I do have something for you as promised.
Sweet.
You can keep that information. It basically just confirms what we already knew. Obviously.
Well, I could use it. We could use it against Titus, man.
You can use it. You
Yeah.
can use it. There's obviously drug trafficking going on the union side of things. If the union isn't part of it, they know about it.
Right, yeah, so we're good. We're
Anyway.
good. I'm gonna keep the radio stuff, too.
And since that, you noticed something else in that truck of hers? There's sandpaper on the gas pedal for traction, which might have, shorn off one of her souls for the odd soul.
She's the big guy!
No, she's the odd soul. The big guy was a 200 kilogram. That was a separate thing. But there was an eighth person that was not with the Hardie Boys, but was with the Hardie Boys that
that's the
night.
odd soul.
That's the odd soul.
Okay, we got to find out where she went 3 days ago, man.
I can't help you with that, but I can help you with this.
Oh, yeah, the info. Yeah.
The info. Your victim was, in fact, I will confirm he was an employee with us. I don't know his name, but I believe that he went by Lely. If I had to guess, that's his hometown in Oranje.
Another Isola.
It is another Isola.
Wow, this pale just gets more and more pertinent to this case. So, okay, so Lely. Look.
There are, I believe, 3 remaining mercs. They have gone
still
underground.
here.
They are still here. They're not reporting to me anymore. We've lost control of them.
Okay, so look, we're cool. We're not investigating you. This was a mercenary you hired.
Yes.
Okay.
As we thought the muscle would cow the union into negotiating with us.
Okay, and they just killed the muscle. Okay.
That seems to be the case.
That's what we have to prove.
The problem is, regardless of what happened, those mercenaries are not happy. These people have been together for decades, from war to war to war, from war crime to war crime. They're the only people who understand each other.
I mean, lady, I'm trying to get the guys that killed him.
They might not care. They're forming an investigation of their own.
Oh,
and when they lose patience or get drunk enough, they're going to come for the Hardie Boys, and they're going to kill them, all of them. And then they're probably going to start hunting down the Union one by one.
So it stands to reason the Hardie Boys would be trying to get them first.
They don't know what they're in for. That armor you found on your victim is completely bulletproof to anything they can muster.
Wait a minute. How'd they... Because the only sign of any violence was the gun in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
There was no fight before.
Mm-mm.
They didn't fight him to get him down to shoot him in the mouth.
Mm-mm. He might... Like, the helmet is very stifling. I know that. I know it's very common practice for them to go without it. But they also have another trick up their sleeve. Automatic weapons. They are not bound by gun control. Your police...
mercenaries.
They are not. Your police issue weapons need to reload every 2 to 3 shots. Theirs need to reload every 2 to 3 minutes. If they start firing, it doesn't matter that there are 2,200 Union men and 3 of them.
They have magazine capacity that could shoot for 3 minutes straight?
Yes.
So like a minigun.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive?
No. I mean, if I do, I don't remember.
It's not pretty. The only real hope you have is to stop them before they get into the beehive. Once they go into guerrilla war mode, no one will stop them. And if they go into guerrilla war mode, Crinnell is likely to reinforce them. Because Crinnell, the PMC, is very right-wing. They hate the Union as a matter of course. It's probably why they volunteered for this contract.
So wait a minute. Well, I'm wasting time talking to you then.
You have to find... You need to present a viable suspect to them as a sacrificial lamb. You'll be lucky if you manage to get them in your prison before they execute them summarily.
So what you're saying is...
Find out who killed him, or otherwise...
Take him to the Mercs before I take him in?
No, not necessarily. But you need to defuse the situation, and you need to definitively solve the case before the Mercs decide to just lay down their own brand of justice.
Okay, cool. So again, wasting time. I'll see you later.
Yeah. If you'd like to go to Everard to report to him that you opened that door to see if he has anything he can do to help.
Okay, yeah, I'll go to Everard.
Okay.
He's like really cool.
Harry!
Hey, Everard! What's up?
You.
Hey!
You'll forgive me for not standing. I'm a little heavy.
Hey, you know what? It's all good. Hey, you got a place I could sit, man?
Yeah, sure. There's a very uncomfortable chair right there.
Hey, yeah, I'm not going to be long. Okay. I don't want to waste your time.
You take damage from the chair.
Are you kidding me?
It's a very uncomfortable chair.
Oh, my God. Okay, you know what? I'll stand.
By the way, Harry, I've been so impressed with your detective work. I've been doing some of my own. I got my top men on the trail of your lost gun.
Oh, the lost gun. No, dude.
Yes. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's going to turn up soon.
No, check it out.
Oh, that's...
Oh, you mean my lost gun?
Your lost gun, yes.
Oh, and if you could find the badge, that'd be sick, too.
Well, we'll look into that. But
yeah, check this out.
I'm pretty... Oh.
I found this in like a secret
that's a
compartment.
communist gun, isn't it?
Maybe. I found it in some. I found it in some sinkhole with a polar bear.
Well, you know me. I'm more of a social democrat myself. But whatever. We can get like. Oh, is that the murder weapon?
It is of the same make, I believe, at the very least.
Ah, you're such a good detective, Harry. And if we're such good friends, maybe you can do one more favor for me, and then I'm pretty sure by the time you get back, we'll have your gun.
Dude, that's sick. Yeah,
I know.
What's up?
It's just so much. It works so well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this guy's great.
You see, I've got this plan. There's a fishing village. I'll be straight with you. You can't get to it today because somebody broke the water lock. That's the way you could. That's the only way to get a foot traffic across it. Anyway, there's a fishing village out there. The people live in rundown shacks. There's a bunch of kids. There's some middle-aged housewife. Her husband's dead. There's an older woman. They're really the only permanent residents. I plan to build a youth center for the youth of Martinez. We're going to get these kids off drugs and on roller skates.
Great plan. Great plan.
Yeah, they'll just have to put up with some construction noise for 8 to 13 months, and then they're golden. They'll be rolling in it.
8 to 13 months for a youth center?
It's construction. I'm hiring the best architects. We're gonna redevelop that fishing village.
Okay.
The thing is, I just need their signatures for approval. It would really speed things along if they were on board with this.
It's a youth center. Surely they want that. Yeah. I'll just go and see.
He hands you the letter with the terms and agreements, and you just need to get their signatures tomorrow when you can actually get to them.
Okay.
At which point, I'm pretty sure we'll have your gun.
Hey,
or at the very least, a solid lead. We can point you in the right direction.
Yeah, that sounds great. Hey,
okay.
I'll get started on that.
All right, fist bump. Actually, I can't. I don't want to get up.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
That's fine. Anyway,
Kim, they're gonna find my gun for me.
Wonderful. Yes.
These guys are so cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I think. Would you like to go back and talk to the HARDIE boys?
Yeah, let's go check out. Let's go check out the HARDIE boys.
As you're walking back, you hear some shouting.
Great.
There is you see a dark-skinned man in a very swanky, very bright-colored uniform. It's a
uniform.
It's an old uniform.
Okay, uniform.
He is looking, and while he's very old, you can tell he still fits in this thing perfectly. And he is shouting at his friend, and they're playing some kind of ball game. And you can clearly see this is a very common rhythm for them. This fight of theirs has been happening for a while. And the older man, you catch, his name is Rene. And you're having some memories of this guy's uniform. It's the uniform of the Royalists from the Civil War.
The King's guys.
The King's guys before the king was overthrown by the Communist Revolution.
Is he that old?
He is in his 60s or 70s.
So yeah.
If you would like to talk to him, because he might know something about guns.
Hey, man.
Vigilance officer.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, dude, could I ask you about something?
Certainly. I unlike most people around here, I fully trust the RCM as the legitimate authority in Martinez.
Oh,
yeah,
sick.
His friend pipes up. Yeah, he works for the union just like everyone else, man.
Oh.
I'm a guard. I've always been a guard.
Dude, were you one of the King's guards?
Yes. You see medals on his chest.
Dude, that's sick.
It was a better time.
Before the
communards, yes.
So, hey, I don't want to jog any bad memories. I just really need info. So check this out.
He takes it from your hand gently and does a very quick, expert 3-point check. The firing mechanism is missing, but it's a beautiful. This is beautiful.
Is that the only thing wrong with it?
It's the only thing wrong with it. With a little TLC and love, this baby could be firing. If you could find the ammunition, that is. Where'd you find it?
Actually, there's this little cubbyhole that a polar bear lives in.
That's not surprising. There's communist caches all over Martinez.
So it stands to reason that this ammo might be in another cache.
You could. Yes, you could find it in the chambers of certain rifles. Probably, you could. If you were looked hard enough, I'm sure you could find it. It'd be hard, but not impossible.
Okay, cool. They don't manufacture them though anymore, do they?
No, not since the revolution.
Mind if I have it back?
Oh yes, of course, officer.
I'm gonna take it. And okay, so I really need to find some ammo for this gun. Like, it's very important for the investigation of the murder that occurred.
I'm afraid I can't help you. It's just I don't have any on me, and I don't really get around too much.
No, I'm just saying keep your eyes peeled.
Oh,
Keep your eyes peeled.
I can do.
Okay. Anyway, thank you.
Yes, anytime, officer.
Okay, so this wasn't the one.
This is not the murder weapon,
Yeah.
but as you suspected, it's a close cousin.
Yeah,
It fires the right ammunition. It's of the right make and model, and it's available.
okay, and it's a rifle, so I think we could 100% rule out. So, when are we going to hear from your boys?
I'm sorry, Hardy boys?
No, the guys looking at the body, Kim.
Probably later today.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Well, let's go talk to the Hardys.
Okay, you enter the Whirling and Rags, and you see a union hall. There's a bunch of ruckus. They're clearly already inebriated, and it's not even noon. They're having a good time. Anyway, as you're walking towards the union hall, the gardener, that black girl, she walks out in front of you and says, like, "Welcome back, detective. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Elizabeth, and I am the lawyer for the union."
Oh, hey, you know what? Cool, thank you. Like, it's nice to meet you, Elizabeth. My name's Henry. This is my partner, Kim.
Hello.
Yeah, you can be more polite, Kim. Jeez.
No, she's saying hello.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was.
Anyway, let me tell you exactly what's going to happen here so we can save time on both our ends.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Yeah, you're going to hear exactly what happened, and you're going to leave.
Oh, they're going to tell me what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Everard said to.
Everard
Clare, the union boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. He told the Hardy boys to cooperate, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell you exactly what happened, and you're going to leave.
A moment, please, Elizabeth.
Okay, that's fine. We're on your time here.
Kim, I don't think Everard is on the up and up.
You don't say.
I don't think we're actually going to get any good information out of these guys.
Okay, well, I got.
Wait a minute. They might slip up, though.
Keep an eye out for a weak link. There's 7 of them, after all.
Yeah. So, hey, Elizabeth.
All right.
I would like to go now.
Okay, I'll guide your way. But I will be, just listening in, make sure my client's rights are protected.
You are the attorney. I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right. Thank you. You walk past her into the union hall, and a man in his late 30s with a trucker hat, leather like a workman's jacket, boots, gets up and says, "All right, coppers, think I know what you're here for."
Yeah, we just want to. What were you fellas doing on the night of the murder?
Oh, we were hanging that guy.
What?
We did it. We did it. All of us. All the Hardy boys. We strung him up. He was a rapist and a killer, and he deserved it. We did some community policing.
He was a rapist and a killer.
Oh, yeah.
Can I hear more about that?
You know what? I can do one better. I got a tape with evidence of him basically confessing.
Basically confessing.
Yeah. If you want to listen to the tape, if you'd like to use the boombox to listen to the tape, feel free. You're not the only one with evidence. We are the law here, after all.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna listen to it, I guess.
Okay.
Actually, you want to start listening to it on the next episode?
Okay. If you want to hear the evidence from the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, always leave wanting more, Don.
Yep.
If you want to hear the evidence from the Hardy Boys case, tune in next week. Guys, I really think this Everett guy might be a rat. I don't know that he's on the up and up. So we're gonna find out more what happens. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.